Nirvana means in Sanskrit, blow out. That is, exhale the breath.
Sound is recording. Guys, welcome to the podcast. I'm sitting here with Skotty Benz.
What's going on?
How are you?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming by, dude. A little early morning cast here.
Yeah.
Usually I'm doing it late nights.
You know, old people wake up early.
Yeah, I know. Fuck. I'm totally on a new rhythm now too. I've been going to bed at like 8:39. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
You know, our bodies love rest, and if you don't listen to your body, then you're not in sync, right?
Totally. Well, I wanted to have you on the podcast just to tell your story a little bit, talk about kind of our relationship. I've known you for quite a bit now, and like just talk about life and see how life's going.
Oh yeah, life is going. It's going good. It's fast. You know, with my whole barber school and that commitment right there, kind of took me out of my whole Skotty Benz. Okay, and that's why I was talking about Skotty Benz Is Dead.
Yeah, that's the title of this podcast. Skotty Benz Is Dead.
Yeah, so we all go through different chapters in our life, and with that comes growth, and we have to change, and we have to evolve, and you know, that's what life is about, right?
100%. Do you want to tell the people just a little bit your backstory?
Backstory. Well, I'm an Eau Claire native. Been here for a long time.
What year did you graduate? 05?
04.
04?
Take me back
Oh yeah,
one more year.
I'm 05. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so Eau Claire native. Let's see, I went to Memorial. You went to Memorial too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Memorial. So when I was younger, I spent a long time just hustling. You know, when you don't grow up with all the things that you want, a lot of times we're going to find ways to get it, right? So, yeah, so a lot of trouble when I was young, 5 felonies later, all of a sudden I'm teaching people. So
I love that.
So, life is crazy and unpredictable at times,
Totally. And I met you in LA, really.
Right.
Like we knew of each other, but we didn't really connect until out in LA.
Yeah.
And then we just had so much fun together.
Yeah, I just got a flashback on my Snap about it, and I was like, damn, we were having a lot of fucking fun.
I know.
And I love creative minds, and I think that's why we just have meshed.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it's just like people that come from Eau Claire, when you meet outside of Eau Claire, you kind of have a bond a little bit. Right. And then you've always been very creative and entrepreneurial, which is something that I love. And so I was immediately drawn to you. And then watching you throughout the years, man, I mean, I can't say I'm anything but proud. Like, just keep going.
Hey, thank you for that, man. Thank you. And likewise as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, life, man. So, yeah, got in trouble, went to school, went to the tech, got my barber's license back in like 09, which seems like a lifetime ago, right? Before I even went to school there, I was doing demos and stuff for the teachers and teaching their students how to fade and stuff, which I thought was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I kind of went away from that shit because, when you're young, you have this mindset of money and the need to get it, right?
Yeah.
So unless someone is, mentoring you, if someone's mentoring you and giving you that mindset to realize that what you really should be going towards is your passion, right? Because if you are doing what's right, everything is going to align itself anyway.
Totally.
So.
But there's something to be said about chasing your passion, but then also being have a good money mindset. Because I feel like that's kind of what I was really lacking in my 20s was that balance. And kind of even that guidance. Like my mentor at the time was like pretty wild. Mm-hmm. So I got a lot of bad habits. It took me a long time to kind of clean that mess up. But
right. I think that, no one is going to teach you how to be a boss. They teach you how to work for somebody else, right?
Exactly.
So no one has real, everyone's financially illiterate at the beginning, right? And most of us come from a line of people who, that's some good shit, huh?
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
We come from a line of people who most of the time are not financially educated and are going to groom you, to the right direction. So
totally,
it's a learning curve, and we all have to go through that process. Oh, yeah, we got birds out there just nesting, doing their thing.
I know I was going to try to put some bird feeder out there, actually.
Yeah, they're living their best life.
But my cat's coming here in a week, and he's an outside boy. He's going to go in and out. He's just going to murk
God.
them all.
This is straight murder.
Yeah, I know. He's going to murk them all.
Oh, yeah. You want to hit this again?
Yeah, go. Anyway, so, yeah, tell me more about just getting into the barber shop and, like, even how that process went.
Well, let's see. It's about 8-9 years ago now. My son, Apollo, was having brain surgery, and he was 3 months old. So I was going through, just emotions like any father, right?
Yeah.
So, or any parent, I should say. And I remember, like, my boss at the time, like, he is a good dude, but, when you don't have kids, you might not see things from the same perspective, or probably haven't even tapped into that part of empathy that you didn't even know was there,
Totally.
So I just remember him saying, like, I'm just leaving the hospital with my son with a head wrap on, buckling him in, and he was like, we're really busy and we're swamped. Can you come in? And I was like, absolutely not.
Damn.
Like, I got things that I need to be here for,
Yeah.
And then from that point on, I realized, like, I need to do my own thing. I need to create my own opportunity. I need to create my own freedom, because that's really what being a business owner is about, is freedom, because the one thing that you cannot buy is time.
Totally.
So from that point on, did my own thing, opened up, started in a really small room, knocked out a wall, and then moved across the street to where I am now on Water Street, Chip's Barbershop.
Which is kind of a legendary spot now.
It is, yeah. I take a lot of pride in that. And not only that, but the opportunities that I've given other people to have the same type of freedom and to grow and to build and, to watch some of your friends be able to buy a house and shit is just like, just crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I got all teary-eyed.
Fulfilling.
Yeah, I was just like, man, like, I was a part of that. Like, I love that. You know what I'm saying? So, it definitely makes me feel like I was on the right path.
Well,
I am on the right
so
path.
how long did you do the barbershop before you were like thinking about kind of teaching?
Well, it's
Because you do a lot. You do, I mean, from my layman's perspective, you do the barbershop school, but then you do hair for movies.
Oh, done hair on
you're-
one movie.
You're
not
also
movies.
you're also a rapper.
Okay, yeah.
You got
yeah.
a lot of talent, so you're out there.
Yeah, thanks, man. Like,
Just to give the people perspective, because they don't have that insight.
right. Yeah, so I've been blessed. Music has always been something I've done. When I started cutting hair, I started cutting hair around like 13 years old. So music, it wasn't really music at first. At first, it was just like a journal, me writing down my emotions, dealing with a bunch of bigots and just hateful people like in my high school years. And then, even deeper into that energy also brought me down, and then I'm feeding into that negative shit. But it just helped me kind of transition from writing this stuff down. I was writing it with my counselor was like, yo, you need to write down your emotions, man. Like, you're just about to explode. I can like feel it on you. You know? So I started doing that, and one day my buddy Werzer, you know Werzer?
Yeah.
So yeah, Werzer grabbed my notebook one day and he was like,
Shout out Josh.
Yeah, shout out Josh, shout out Wooj. So he was like, yo, just watch this. He like grabbed my book. I'm sitting at his house, I remember. He like scribbled shit out, and then he just like rapped it, like in a rhyme, and he was like, you see how dope that is? I was like, damn. And then from that point on, I was like, yeah, let me figure this shit out a little bit. So I still have like these notebooks that are like super old, and just like going through them and like reading them is like, it's awesome to, like, we're talking about growth.
Yeah.
Just watching how it grows. And that's why I said, a few weeks ago, like, Skotty Benz is dead. And like, it's not like I don't love what I did, with that artist name and all that type of stuff and the connection to it. But that was a different part of my life. If
Sure.
you listen to my music and you know what I'm talking about, I was already about that shit.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just moving. I'm a teacher. I'm a father. I'm a friend, a husband. So I got.
But you're still gonna do music, right?
Absolutely, I'm gonna do music.
Yeah.
But I've been locked in the last few years, really focusing on, building a strong foundation for this school and for my children. And
How many kids you got?
I got 3 sons. Yeah,
Right, that's
I got
crazy.
Aries, Apollo, and Isaiah. And you know, and I locked in on these goals that I wanted to get. You know, I was like, we gotta buy another house. I need more space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get to that. And you know, when you get to rooms and, you know, acreage and blah blah blah, like where you are, your taxes, you got to get to a certain number to be able to get that purchase, you know? So,
yeah, for sure. I need $2 million. So guys, please subscribe to my Patreon.
Yeah, I think we all see, the thing is about money, right? It's like, well, yeah, you know, you might get blessed with that amount of money, but that doesn't mean that it's going to do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do with the money when you get it? Like,
you don't want to be house broke either.
No, you know, you don't want to be house broke, but there's a difference between good debt and bad debt.
Totally.
And you have to know what it is, you know? So
Totally.
yeah, so we just got blessed. We just actually bought another house, and yeah, we're gonna have some pool parties this summer. You know
Let's go.
Yeah, so
I just had a flashback of pool parties in LA with you.
yeah, so we can't share that footage. I'm just kidding. No, but
Maybe one or two.
yeah, but yeah, man, you know, direct me because I'm gonna lose my train of thought really quick.
No, it's all good. We can chop things up if we have to too. But no, I mean, I guess I was just interested in life, you know, like it's cool to hear like how your kids kind of changed you. It's cool to like see how you've grown kind of entrepreneurially. If that came out right, but
I got it. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
We're smoking that fire, guys. It's early, okay? I don't know. I guess tell me more about the process of like where your mind was from like really doing the barbershop thing and kind of, because I'm sure you're mentoring people like just in the barbershop, but then like where you were like, oh, let's take this to like another level and actually like offer like a program. Because I keep thinking about doing these like photography classes actually, and maybe doing it online, like a buyable class where it's like, here, you want to learn how I did this type of shot, or you want to learn like what I'm doing in my post-production type stuff, just for like another stream in case. Because in the end, I want to find the bros that are down for the page, but I also want to find creatives and then be able to offer something back to like creatives, you know, like with that $10 subscription, like what can I really offer?
Right.
And I feel like educational things is kind of the move.
Yeah, I feel like it's part of our responsibility.
Yeah.
Like we need to give back, and we need to inspire others to, you know, reach their goals and go after it.
Are you 40 yet?
Nah, I'm not 40. I'm really close though.
Yeah,
I'm like almost at the top of that hill.
Yeah.
And I'm getting my shit together to get down. You know what I mean? But
I feel like, because I'm 38, I feel like, yeah, you get around this time and you kind of really see the positivity that comes from like helping people in that kind of way, you know?
yeah, so people are always like, yeah, man, if I could just go back to my 20s, I'm like, yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to my 20s. And obviously, you know, hindsight 2020, you wish you had the same knowledge at this age, but you know, that's not realistic, right?
Yeah. I don't know. In my 20s, I was so lucky, and it's all because I believed in it and ran at it and really actually put myself in the positions to get to where I needed to go.
Right.
And I feel like now, like with the knowledge I have, I could still go back and kind of do that things. And I'd rather be my age now than a 20-year-old man, you know what I mean?
Right. But at 20, like for me, I was just ready to go to the feds.
Yeah.
That's like where my mind was. You know?
I was definitely gremlin mode.
Yeah. So
I think the thing that helped me, and I tell people from around here, is like I got out. So I feel like if you stay here and you don't have a real direction, it's a trap here. I feel like it's only a matter of time before you're gonna get in trouble. At least that's what happened to most of my friends that stayed around here.
Yes, I think that's the same for anyone anywhere though.
Yeah,
it will be.
New York City, I feel like it's so crazy that like you could still probably get away with most things.
Yeah, or you go right to Rikers.
Yeah, it depends how wild you are, you know. Like,
yeah, but back to what you were saying. So this grant came up about 2 years ago. You know, before we were going to South Africa for my friend's wedding, and it was like, hey, if you follow these like, you know, categories, or this is something that you're looking to do, this is an opportunity for you. We did the paperwork, or I did a lot of it, but my wife really, she's the brains. I'm just the talent out here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And she's got talent too, babe. I'm not talking about you like that.
How long you been with your wife?
Let's see, 15 years now we've been
That's so
we've
crazy.
been rocking together. We've had a lot of ups and downs, but
That's life in 15 years, though, you know?
Yeah, coming up in June here, we've been officially married for 2 years.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. Yeah, it's awesome though. But yeah, so this opportunity came up, and she just wrote this grant, rewrote it, shared it to friends, got more input, rewrote it. You know, just kept really being repetitious about what you're going to do with the money and like what your goals are and et cetera. And boom, we got it. So we got blessed with a $100,000 grant, and that was enough for us to get our spot, get set up, remodel, do everything, put in the time and the grit, you know. And it's been going good, and I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at, and that's why it lined up like that.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it seems like you've met some really cool people through that. Like when I went in there that day and shot those headshots, everybody was so rad. Like it's kind of nice being around young creatives too. You know what I mean? That energy that they put into everything.
They're hungry.
They're hungry.
Yeah.
Like around here, the people our age are usually kind of like bitter by this age.
Or jaded.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they don't like your hunger anymore.
Yeah, that is the one issue that you'll kind of...
It's a small town thing, I think.
Run into. Yeah, but, you know, people have their animosity, but, you know, you just got to stay focused and worry about yourself. Like, don't be...
Yeah, keep your blinders on.
The whole comparison thing is, like, what really steals the joy from everybody.
That's my favorite quote. It's like, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah, like, let's just stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like, let's be more grateful.
Also, you got to recognize what that feeling means. Like usually if you're jealous or you're a little, it means you're not doing what you want to be doing. And
exactly.
you're not.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So
whenever I get a little jealous, I go, oh, I just need to work harder.
Yeah.
I need to do my thing harder.
Yeah. Or take your ass to the gym.
Because if you've done, like when I did my trip, I did everything I could to make that work. And by the end of it, it's like, no, it turned out amazing because I know that there was nothing I left on the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to really just put those blinders on and focus in. Absolutely. That makes sense, you know? Early morning smokes, guys.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been shaving my head for like 10 years, so I don't know. I haven't really been going to a barber much, but you got any wild like barbershop stories from Water Street? Like,
barbershop stories.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I've got a lot.
I feel like the barbershop is like...
There's a lot of stories that happen in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Anything like wild worth talking about? Man. Just as a story?
Yeah, I have some crazy ass ones, but just like out of respect for the family and stuff like that, like I'm not even going to talk about it, you know?
Sure. Well, I see you guys doing like homeless people. I see like...
Yeah, absolutely.
You definitely do like cool things for the community too. We could talk about that. I don't know.
Yeah, we try to do a lot of cuts for the, you know, people that are in tough positions, whether it's through the school district or social services. A lot of homeless people, we do that. And it's also really good for the students.
Yeah.
And they get these reps in.
Yeah.
You know, they can just work on all their skill sets because you meet people from all different backgrounds. You got to be able to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so...
It's kind of like photography. It's like if you got to just meet someone and shoot them the same day, you get good at like just meeting and interacting.
So like, yeah, they're getting a haircut, but like haircuts are way more than a haircut. You guys know what that's like.
It's more than a photo shoot too. It's very personal.
Yeah. It's you're tapping in with somebody and just kind of just feeling what's going on. Like, you know when to say stuff, you know when you gotta just chill.
Yeah.
Some people will talk and some people don't want to talk at all. They just want to go through it, you know?
Sure.
So it's like I'm a cheap ass therapist most of the time.
Yeah.
But like, I love that, that I can have a part, you know, of their life and like see how they've been doing, checking on them. And because that's what you have to do as a friend anyway, right? Like a lot of people, they start as your random walk-in, then they're your client. Next thing you know, they're your homie. Next thing you know, you're on vacation together. And it's been 20 years since you've been cutting their hair. Like I got people I've been cutting by the time they were young, you know, to now their kids have graduated college. Like that's crazy.
That is crazy.
You know, so...
Hell yeah.
It's cool to be
Well, that's the thing about like the barbershop. It's always been like that communal thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I got, you know, my buddy Chris that has been with me since almost the fucking birth of Chip's Barbershop. Like he's just a good friend and, you know, he's like a brother to me. So, yeah.
Shout out Chris.
Yeah, shout out Chris. Chris Flores, baby.
That's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, so I love what you're doing here. And like, I don't know if you guys... really know about Max either, because Max probably doesn't even sit and talk about himself like that, you know. But
The first few episodes.
but Max is a living legend, you know what I'm saying? Just a really talented, gifted individual. And
thank
I'm
you,
happy
dude.
that, like,
You're making
you know,
me blush now.
we're homies where, you know, I can come up here and just be a part of this as well. So
Well, you've always supported me, man, so thank you. I mean, we've got some iconic stuff out there now.
yeah,
We got to do all your album covers.
threw
We
me in your
shot in
book.
LA.
That's crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should go to Jamaica together is what we should do.
I would, you know what? I've never been there.
Really?
Yeah, I would do Jamaica.
I want that to be my first Patreon trip where it's like paid through the Patreon, which isn't that far off.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I heard Jamaica's a little expensive. Maybe we switch it up and go to the DR. or
No,
something.
you can go to the other side of Jamaica.
Oh, we got the Monday sirens going right now.
Yeah, we do. I don't know if it'll pick up, but
Oh,
that's super funny,
okay.
dude. Monday morning hangs.
Hey,
I love it.
absolutely.
Well, so you've been traveling quite a bit. You want to talk about traveling a little bit?
Travel. Okay, where did I go? I was just in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Watching
Didn't you go to, like,
Super Bowl down
Hawaii
there.
or
I went
Africa?
to Hawaii. Yeah, I went to Hawaii for my birthday.
Yeah.
First time out there.
What was that
We were
like?
in Maui. It was amazing.
You guys go swimming with some sharks or anything?
Swimming, yeah. Funny story about that. One day we were coming back from where I think we went on a hike or something, and we jump in. This area is just wide open, just beautiful, like right out of a postcard. So I'm like, yeah, let's just stop here. Let's pull over. Let's just go in and hang out. You know, like we get in. There's like 2 people, and then there's like a couple people fishing, like, you know, left both sides far down, and then it's just like us.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there hanging out. Everyone's like, we just smoked. We're just completely relaxed, just looking out, enjoying all the vibe, you know. And I'm in there, we're swimming and stuff. I come out. My brother comes over from the side, my brother Briar, and he's like, hey, man, just slowly get everybody out the water. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, there's a sign over there that says bull sharks or sharks are in these waters right here. And I was like, what the fuck? So when everyone came back in, Brittany was like, yeah, like, so I like felt something like go by me, like I saw it or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that was a shark.
Damn.
We just risked our lives out there having fun, but everything worked out. Nobody got bit. So
Yeah, that shit's
cool.
scary.
Yeah.
I haven't been really swimming in the ocean too much until the scariest one was night. I did go night snorkeling in Jamaica, but I talked about it on the podcast already.
okay, that's crazy too.
That's why I want to go back to Jamaica. It's actually, you can do it cheap.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
All
can
right.
do it cheap.
I trust you. I trust
Yeah.
you. That's what's up.
And it's so magical, but I want to do it with like a big group of people.
Hell yeah.
That's the thing about the traveling right now is it's got to be attached to like where I can get talent until I can afford to like bring talent.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, to South Africa. Like I said, we talked about that a little bit. That was awesome. Went to Mabula, did the whole safari thing. Stayed at this like amazing resort. Wildlife was just crazy. Like I don't know if have you been to Africa?
No, I've never been to Africa.
So it was just like
I saw it from
like
Spain.
just larger than life, man. Everything in Africa is just big.
I know. I want to go to Egypt.
I would love to go to Egypt as well.
Yeah, I think I need to see that shit.
Yeah, I think we all need to see that.
Yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't mind going back to like Peru either and going like all the way up to Machu Picchu. I've been as close as Machu Picchu as you can get without going, which is kind of sad. I had to go to the airport and the rest of the crew went to the fucking Machu Picchu.
Damn.
I know.
You know, you'll get back there.
I want to. I want to
back
go do
there.
some ayahuasca out there.
Hell yeah. I really want to go to Japan. That's the place I want to go to.
My homie Brian is actually building a small resort out in Japan.
What?
Yeah, he's coming to Miami with us actually.
Man, I gotta get out. I gotta go to Miami.
Yeah.
I love Miami.
Yeah. You should come with, dude. It's gonna be sick.
I've never had I was telling my wife, like, I've never had a bad time in Miami.
It'll be like $700 each. It's gonna be a massive house.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I always be like, damn, I spent more money than I thought I was going to, but
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Yeah. The last trip was pretty amazing. I mean, the way we did it with the Airbnbs is definitely the way I want to do it moving forward. Just get a house, go grocery shopping. You don't have to go all out. But I mean, if you're a lot of people in Miami, they want that.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere I
party
go,
city.
no matter where I'm at, I don't care what part of the world I'm in. I'm going to go shop. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to buy one trinket,
Yeah.
one piece of clothing that I have attached to being like I always remember when I did the Tribeca for Blood for Dust.
Yeah, let's talk about the movie a little bit.
Okay, yeah. So
How was your first experience working on a movie?
it was crazy. It was really crazy.
Yeah.
It was really humbling as well because, you know, being an entrepreneur and being my own boss, no one can fire me.
Yeah.
But in that situation, like I could be fucking replaced like that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
over
yeah.
with. You know what I'm saying? So that pressure was really good for me. I felt like I thrived off that and I love it.
I miss those big productions. They're so fun. Plus the whole like crew mentality. Like how long were you
Yeah.
guys out there?
I was out there for almost 2 months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's longer than a photo shoot. Like a photo shoot,
Billings,
a couple weeks
Montana.
maybe. Yeah.
Billings, Montana. It's like in this like big ass like just hole. It feels like the wind out there is just strong as hell.
Yeah.
Like, and it was in the winter when I was there, so the wind was going straight through you. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you know what? I can't do this much longer. I was thinking in my head like it's fucking cold. Like we're outside in -14 and shit. Like, so I was like, I'm going straight to Shields. I went to Shields and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need that Canada Goose. I'm gonna need those big ass boots. Like I'm done with this. Like I'm not dealing with cold anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the best purchase I had made out there.
Being cold sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Ari Novak. That's the homie that came into the shop, sat down. My sister-in-law Ashley, her mom? Someone's mom cut his hair and just kind of fucked it up. And he was like, yo, I need to get fresh. So they like came in and that's how I met him actually. So thank you for fucking his hair up. And
Funny how the universe works. You
yeah,
know?
so then he's like, you know, talking to me. And if you know anything about music, a lot of the stuff in conversations will be just smoking mirrors.
Yeah.
You know, even in any entertainment, right?
Yeah.
So he was like talking. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, and then he came back and he was like, hey, I got like 5 compliments on my haircut. I've never had a compliment on my haircut ever.
Really?
And he was like, I'm getting married out there. He's like, what do you think about flying out? And I'll cover your shit. Just do the haircut, you know what I'm saying, and cut me up. And you can meet these people on this movie if you want to work on it. And I'm like, yeah, all right, dude, whatever. And then like he messaged me again. He's like, are you coming? And I was like, oh shit, like he's for real. Like, all right, I'm on my way.
Let's go.
So I went out there and then I'm walking around and you see these people that like, they look like they're just familiar kind of, you know? And I'm like, how the fuck do I feel like I know these people? Like, and then I realized, oh, I've seen them in some movies.
Yeah.
You know, like in random roles here and there. So like, that was really cool. So I was like, oh, this is real. I could tell what's going on, you know? And we're like at this beautiful open area.
Plus, you know, if he flew you in for a wedding, he's probably not fucking around.
Yeah, like in Montana, most of the time, the mountains, everything is like straight brown, you know? But everything was just green. I'm like, yo, it's beautiful out here. Like, it felt like I was kind of in Africa. You know what I mean? I was like, this is nuts. He was like, yeah, it's not like this. It's just been a lot of rain, so that's why it's green. He's like, it never looks like this. I was like, well, it looks like this today for me. You know
That's
what
amazing,
I mean?
man.
But yeah, so
Montana seems like a dope place, actually.
it is nice. And you can smoke freely out there too, which is awesome. Like, no one's like worried about that shit because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really worried about it since until I moved back here.
Right. Yeah.
Anywhere over there, they don't care.
Yeah, we're in the past here in this area.
It's the liquor
a lot of subjects. Yeah,
It's the liquor people.
The Tavern League runs the shit.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. But yeah. So
anyways, let me hit that.
Was out there and did that thing out there and shout out to Noah Lang, Rob Blackhurst. Oh my God, Jeff Don.
You did the wedding, and then how long went by until you did the movie?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't even know. Probably like 3 months. 3 months, yeah, something like that.
And then on the movie, were you like designated to specific people, or were you just kind of filling in?
Yeah, I was the men's head
This
department
is some good
for doing all the haircuts for all the men, and yeah, I said men's head department. Let's edit that out. But yeah,
hair department.
Yeah. So I just did all the guys, like all the actors that were in the movie. So Scoot McNairy, he was the main character, and then I had Kit Harington. We had Josh Lucas, Ethan Suplee, Stephen Dorff.
I bet that was a huge learning process for you.
It was different because I've never done it before.
And
so
then
I don't
just
know what
seeing
I'm
how
doing.
like not only like casting, but then also seeing like how they do costume and how they do all of that stuff and how it all ties together. And
on the last night, actually, I was doing, obviously still doing their hair and all that stuff, but I was doing, I was a scripty too. So then I was like on the TV doing all the notes for every single scene, taking notes and everything for the editors and all that stuff. So that was crazy that they trusted me with that. They're like one of the main girl that was working it, Angela, she got sick as hell.
Yeah.
And like, they're like, you have to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be here. And they're like, who can do this? Who pays that close of attention that can do this? And she was like, oh, Chapin can do that. Chapin can do that. And I was like, I guess I'm up to help out, you know?
That's what's up.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's cool. I mean, you never know where that goes either, you know?
No, it was a really good experience. And yeah, so like, I remember sitting in the trailer and
when are you going to make your acting debut?
man, I would love to do that.
I could see you in
I
a
could be
movie.
even just an extra to slide me in there, y'all. Just slide me in. But
You never know. Just put it out there.
yeah, because we were sitting there, and I remember Kit Harington was like, he was like, Chip, man, how many movies have you worked on? I was like, oh, this is my first one. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, this is my first movie that I've worked on. He was like, no way. He's like, you're just so good at what you do. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And he was like, you know what I'm going to do, man? He's like, stay on me, but I'm going to write you a letter of recommendation. He's like, but just get on me, though, because, like, you know, I'm busy. So, like, just make sure you bring it up to me. And I was like, all right, cool, I got you. So I just reminded him a few times. And then he wrote me this awesome.
That's amazing.
letter,
Have you ever
which is
thought about
cool.
maybe trying to find someone who can get you more stuff like that?
More movies?
Yeah, like because there's a lot of like hair agents.
Yeah, see, like, I haven't done all of that. I just have my, you know, my connections that I've made and producers and stuff like that. And so if they ever need me, you know, I'm a phone call away type of stuff. But, but yeah, I haven't really done any of that. I've also been consumed by, you know, my regular routine I already have.
100%.
So, yeah.
But sometimes it's just finding the right person and that can plug it in. And then before you, but movies are such a commitment. You know, it's like you said, it's like 3 months away.
Yeah, but man, I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy, like, to be in that constant, you know, like, what's going on right now is going to be locked in and it's going to be there forever.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like I loved every day of it. I try to go with the most positive attitude I could have. I'm doing like affirmations every single morning. I'm doing push-ups and just to get my body going, just to get focused. Like, yo, you're here for a reason. You're part of this movie, bro. Like, this is gonna go down. This could go down as a classic. You don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
the exciting part of it.
Yeah, so I loved it every single day. And like everyone else, like you said, people will get jaded. So then they have this energy that they're carrying around. And I'm sitting here trying to remind them, like, yo, like, you chose to be here, though. Like, you didn't have to be here.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be here, like, we got to have the best attitude that we can. Like, why would we not? You know, like, we're not getting paid a shit ton of money, but we're getting this experience that's priceless.
Yeah,
So let's
exactly.
embrace that shit, you know?
That's what made me fall in love with the whole photography world too, was that like little micro chasm of people. It's just like you get to know these people on such a personal level when it comes to like a set like that, because you're eating food with them, you're doing your whole day with them essentially, other than sleeping, and then a lot of times you're going back to the same hotels or, you know, and then it's all jump in the van in the morning type of deal. I mean, I don't know what your production was like, but
it's just like, but they're just regular people. That's the thing. Like, we're having full-blown conversations just about life.
but also
and shit,
creative
you know?
people, I feel like.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
you know what I mean. Like, they fucking bleed just like we do.
Yeah, 100%.
They fucking shit. They've shit their pants too. all
Yeah,
right? Like,
no, 100%.
like, I think people just get starstruck and weird about that. Like, I've never been no dick rider like that. Like, I don't give a fuck like what you've done. Like, nice to meet you, but I'm not gonna be like a super fanboy either. And be
Depends
all
who you
weird.
are.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not like
There's
that.
probably one person out there, but
Nah,
you still
I'm
wouldn't
still going to be chill. I'm
you're
not
still
going to be like, hey man,
But I
got
feel like
this old CD. Could you please sign this shit? Like, I'm not trying to be that guy.
no,
but
I would never.
I would
do
love
that.
it. Hey, I'd like it, but I'm not going to be like that either. You know.
Totally.
But
I don't know. I've met some cool celebrities and some awful ones. So
yeah,
I mean, it's when the biggest ones are cool that you're like, these little ones don't even matter. Like, your ego is just on you.
yeah.
But LA, if you live in LA too long, that's like a city that's built on ego. So it just like brings out bad habits in people, I think.
yeah.
Unless they're like pretty spiritually awoke, you know?
I'm just sitting here thinking like, this is fine, right? I'm not going to sound
You
crazy.
sound fine on
Okay.
me.
All right.
They're pretty good right now. They're set up for podcasting, but I like to stay on it.
Okay.
You know,
I got it.
you can move it too. You can also.
I get that.
I guess I could have scooted it closer. It's kind of pulled
No,
out right
I'm
now.
fine. I'm fine.
You know, still figuring out the podcast thing.
So,
It's pretty good though. I started it in December. I didn't launch it until like Christmas, essentially. But yeah, maybe now I'm distracted. I'm like, okay.
it's all right. It's all right. We're chilling. That early morning session, like you
I'm
said.
actually good on this.
Yeah, I've been good on this, but I'm not gonna say no if you want to smoke. Like, fuck it, you want to smoke, I guess. I'm about to go play some basketball after this.
I would love to see you in a movie, man.
Hey, I'd love to be a part of it.
So now that you just bought a new house, you're raising your kids,
Yep.
you got your barbershop school. What's next?
What's next?
Tell me about how you bought a Bible.
I was given a Bible.
Oh, I thought you
from
said
my
you got
pastor.
I thought you said you got one.
No, he gave me a Bible, and yeah, and it's been good. It's been a really good time, just kind of tapping in and getting more in touch with my spiritual side.
Sure. Is that kind of a new thing for you?
I mean, I've always been a firm believer that there's a higher power,
Yeah.
but my family wasn't really religious, so I
Yeah.
never like tapped in to pick it up and to just read it. And the reason I do like that book is because, you know, it has a breakdown, kind of like a study guide to, you know, break down these terms and like how it's being represented on the page. You know?
Totally. What about Zachariah Sitchin's
Zachariah Sitchin's.
Ninth Planet?
Oh, okay. So I love that. Like reading it makes so much sense though when you think of how like humans have jumped this huge span of like this window of knowledge, and all of a sudden they just know all this stuff. It's like, come on, man.
The Anunnaki?
Come on. Yeah, like it's crazy. Like that's like Murdoch, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
celestial.
Well,
That's why I just changed my handle to that, because I thought it was hilarious. But
I think it's cool. The Ninth Planet, I mean, it's interesting stuff. I don't know about Zachariah Sitchin's that much, but
yeah, I don't either. But
I think he
wasn't
wrote a
afraid
lot
to-
of sci-fi.
But I still wanted to just like, everyone should just, if you got some questions about some shit, obviously do your research, but pick up a book and just like read some shit.
Yeah.
Like, even if you just want to read a chapter, just check it out. You know
Have
what
you
I mean?
ever dove into this guy's stuff at all? Graham Hancock
I don't believe
on
so.
like ancient civilizations.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a big proponent that like we had a reset about 12,000 years ago in the human civilization, which is why you see things like the pyramids and you see Göbekli Bekli and you see, I don't know, all these, like even Machu Picchu is a good example. You know, you see, and then everything that's going on in the rainforest in South America too. Essentially, there was a global civilization that was wiped out, and then we kind of rebuilt from that. I believe that stuff, but then that leap in human, there still could have been genetic manipulation for sure.
I mean, you're talking about Egypt. It's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
you still can't, no one can explain how these.
No, this will blow your fucking mind.
Okay, yeah,
Swear to God.
I need to tap into this.
Graham
thing.
Hancock, Fingerprints of the Gods. He has a Netflix series now.
Okay.
It's like Ancient Apocalypse. It's called. It's got 2 seasons.
Okay. I probably already watched it.
If you just watch those, you'll be like, oh my God.
I think I've already watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. It's been out for the minute though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty
But
sure
I
already
like to
watched
get
it.
deep into that kind of stuff because I'm also like, but then I still don't understand how we made that leap. And then,
Right. But that's also why everyone should tap into that spiritual side, into your faith a little bit. And
Yeah.
just explore. And
Yeah.
just like,
I think for
be
me,
open to that, you know?
because I was raised super hardcore Catholic and I was not about the church pretty early on. It was psychedelics that woke me up to like spirituality.
yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just go to a whole nother dimension. Like,
Yeah, you just experience different levels of consciousness and then different, you know, I've felt the most love ever on it. I've met entities on it, you know, there's so many different, this whole reality that we live in is so interesting to like dive into and try to figure out. I mean, I love Jesus too. I think he's definitely got some good morals and good proponents, but then, you know, I got Buddha up all over the place too. And
yeah.
who knows? I don't know what's going on
Yeah.
here.
You know, I love the Buddha.
Yeah.
I got one. Oh, shit. I said the Buddha.
What's your spirit animal again? An elephant?
I'm an ox.
No, I think you're an elephant. For primal astrology.
Oh man, I don't know.
We did it one time.
I'm sure we did. But
Yeah, I think you're an elephant. I'm pretty sure you're an elephant.
I wouldn't be surprised. I got a geisha on my chest up here too. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean,
So tell me, you lost a bunch of weight too in the last like 2 years, didn't you?
I did lose some weight. Yeah, I did.
You want to talk about like how fitness like kind of helped you and
Yeah, man.
how important you think it is now?
Yeah, I've been kind of slacking on my end for
Me
like
too.
the last few months when it comes to the gym. But before that, I like going to F45. I kind of like the routine that's set up. I show up, I go through it,
Yeah.
and I just get it done. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no
Just
excuses.
45 minutes in and out, just go crazy.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I was getting heavy. I was drinking a lot especially during like the pandemic. I was drinking like, man, just straight bottles of like Henny and shit. It's like 2,500 calories a bottle. Just holding on
mode.
to you. Yeah, just going wild for no fucking reason besides boredom.
That's
And,
when we partied in LA during the pandemic.
Dude, yeah, and
That was a lot of fun.
yeah, so I was getting heavy as hell. I was down with my kids in Florida, and I saw a picture of myself running with my son behind me on the water, just looking big as hell. I was like, oh, this shit's got to change. I'm done with this shit. Like, we got to switch this
Yeah.
up. Like, if I keep at this pace, I'm going to be fucking just unhealthy, unhappy, just miserable out here, you know? So I just started to go to the gym, and I started switching up my routine a little bit, getting more sleep, you know, going to bed at 9
Yeah.
o'clock. And just eating good and
Shout out F45.
Dropped down
That's
a lot.
that's
down
that
50 pounds or
doctor's
something.
spot, isn't it? Doctor.
Yeah,
what's his name?
the LaGuardias.
LaGuardia. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to his little seminar. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really good people. I love them. But yeah, man. So just sticking with it and holding yourself accountable is like the hardest thing that we all struggle with any routine. You know, just
100%.
consistency. But after seeing the results and you see your body change and you feel better, you're sleeping better, everything kind of it just lines up. Not only that, but mentally you're just way more clear and you're more focused. Because like for me, if you wake up in the morning and you work out, that's your hardest part of your day. You already showed up and did that. You killed that. You know what I'm saying? So
I find it hard to do it in the morning. Not to do it, but then be creative afterwards. That's why I like to do it a little bit after usually. Like right now, I'm about to go into like 8 p.m. I'm walking into the gym.
I mean, that's discipline right there.
I know.
At 8 p.m., I'm probably already in my bed.
I can't. Otherwise, I don't have time for the gym with my work schedule and my creative schedule because I'm going to do 3 hours of creative work and then go to work at like 8:45.
Okay.
And then I'm done at like 7-ish.
Yeah.
And then to the gym.
Yeah, so anyone else that's listening right now, what you just said right there, that's the difference between people who are just cool with being mediocre and people who want to be, you know, the achiever.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to go to Miami and I want to look good with my shirt off.
Right. But I'm just saying, putting in the time for your creative time on top of your schedule already. Like,
Yeah.
people, it's hard for people to keep their ambition like alive when it comes to that.
Yeah.
When they're doing all these other things and paying bills and going through the motion. But if you can't sacrifice that little bit of extra, you know, time and energy about your passion or whatever it is that you're doing, you can't expect to have the life that you really want.
Totally.
You know? So,
And honestly, the way that I set up like the shooting where I go and I have like just the bottleneck of content where I still have so much from my trip that isn't out. So, but then I find you do better work if it's in small chunks. So like if I spend 3 really good hours on it, I'll do better than if I do like 6 hours. I try to like do too much in one day on the creative side and get a little more burnt out that way.
Yeah.
So it kind of just works out perfect. And then for me, like I don't want to be doing a job, but if it gets me to my goal quicker, then like why the fuck would I sit around and not do it? You know, like I want to get to Miami and make all of that work. So this is just, just do, discipline is doing what you don't want to do, but you do it. You just do it. Otherwise you
follow
don't
through.
meet those goals. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like I've never been one to sit still. So, and that's the thing I see living back in Wisconsin now is doing these jobs is I see all these pacified minds, like these people that I'm working with, they're all like, this is what they're doing. And I'm like, that's crazy to me. Like these people, they don't have more ambition than this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. But it's just because that's just how they are. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a different mindset. So whatever mindset they're in, like I mean,
It's all about-
I'm happy for anyone that's like happy, and if that's what you really want to do, and that's what you're doing, and you enjoy that, yo, I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
for real.
totally.
Like that's there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, and you can make it work too, totally too if
Right.
you want like a simple life. You know?
Yeah, there's
and I
nothing
guess a
wrong
lot
with
of
that.
people they don't know better.
Yeah, they don't, and like we're all we're all just the same. We're all the same type of person who's been programmed since a young age to do what we see or what we watched and all that, right? So, but there's always a point too when someone like all of a sudden they like wake up like being like, damn, like I'm not doing this forever.
Yeah,
like that's how I was when I saw myself in that picture. Like, oh, bro, this shit's dead. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not doing that no more.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying like, Skotty Benz is made this transition. Skotty Benz is over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm about to be who I'm about to be. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So I've always been Chapin, and I'm never gonna stop being Chapin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Totally. It was hard for me to give up visual dirt. I mean, that was kind of my whole identity for so long, and then, I mean, it was forced upon me. But now that it's happened, it's been so much better because I'm like,
Right.
I'm something different now, anyways.
Exactly.
You know, just keep it growing.
There's power in that.
Yeah, there is.
You have to shed. You know what I mean? You have to do that. We have to, like, well, you don't have to do anything, but if you are like that type of person that's always trying to grow, like what's up next, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We still got to slow down and just be grateful for what we have right now.
100%.
As
Because this is all we have.
this is it. Yeah.
It's like, I keep hearing this on a podcast that I was listening to, but it was like, you always want to wait until something's better to show up for some things. And it's like, maybe it's now that like you have with these things, just show up
Exactly.
now as
Yeah.
you are.
And be in the present.
Yeah. And then if you are like super unhappy about things, then like recognize what those things are and change them,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. That's like, it's like a golf swing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I need to get into golf actually.
Yeah, I love me some golf. So like, when you find that right hit and you connect with it,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to find it again.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the same thing with the whole feeling thing. That's just like everyone wants to manifest some shit. Well, if you don't fucking work towards manifesting that shit, it's not just gonna fucking show up at your door.
100%.
It's not just gonna be there like, oh, I prayed enough and it happened. No, that's
Yeah.
not how it works, buddy.
No, totally. And then it's also your why. Like, why are you doing things? Like, that's why I can go to work happy right now, because I know every day that I go, it's getting me one step closer to like where I want to be to meet that goal. And it's like, as soon as you have that in your life, your good why, it like, dude, everything becomes for a reason. You're not just
Absolutely.
fucking around.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we wrap this up, you got what are your top like 2 books you think people should read?
Top 2.
Because you've been reading books too.
Yeah, I've been reading books.
Just shout out a book.
I'd
The
say
Ninth Planet.
Ninth, yeah. Well, no.
Isn't that the one you were reading?
The 12th planet.
Or 12th Planet.
The 12th planet's what I was.
Was I fucking up
reading
the
right now?
12th Planet is what I meant the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah. But you know what? I was just gonna let you go. I knew you were a little bit high.
Yeah,
So, so I wasn't trying
That
to. I wasn't
is-
trying to jab at you like that. I think you know what? I don't know. Well,
Am I thinking of the wrong book? I know.
maybe we both are. But
I
I'd
can't
say,
be.
I'd say,
Can't be.
what's the other
What's
one
the
I read?
jiu-jitsu place called? It's 12th Planet Jiu-Jitsu? No, you don't know.
Mm.
It's like the biggest jiu-jitsu place. No.
Yeah, I'm at loss of words.
It's about the Anunnaki though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
it's probably 12th Planet then. I just fucked it
Yeah,
up.
it's all good. We'll run back and put that in the behind the scenes or something.
Yeah.
But
Or you got any shout outs?
I say Outwitting the Devil. I love that book.
What was it called?
Outwitting the Devil.
Outwitting the Devil. I'll have to
Yeah.
check that out.
I think that might be I think it's Napoleon Hill.
Oh, okay.
But I like that book because
I
it's
read
all
his book,
about
Thinking
It's all
Grow
about
Rich.
accurate thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like he uses that as the devil. Like the devil will prey on your fears and your weaknesses, and that voice will become louder in your head.
Yeah.
So having that accurate thought to be aware of it and then to be able to change it, I thought that was always dope.
Damn, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Fuck yeah. You got any plugs before I kick you off of here?
Any plugs, man? Oh yeah, go down to the Eau Claire Barber College, get those $10 haircuts, and help these students perfect their craft. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to what?
What's your
Shout
handle?
out to what,
What's your
man? Shout out to what? Let's see. I got some shout outs I should throw out there. I got some shout outs I should shout out. No, shout out to Eau Claire for just supporting Chip's Barbershop for all these years and for supporting all these hardworking barbers that, you know, support their families and give back to the community. I really appreciate that.
Where can people find your barbershop info?
You can find us at chipsbarbershop.com. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Guys,
absolutely.
like and subscribe. What's your Instagram handle again?
It's Murdoch the Celestial.
Find him. Follow him.
Find me.
Yo, thanks for coming.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
Nirvana means in Sanskrit